Hey guys, this is Carl coming here from Miami Beach. I just wanted to quickly talk to you about special assessments and the rise of special assessments coming to the beach and coming to Miami in general. So just quickly, this might be some old news for some of you, might be some new information for some of you. Stay tuned. Essentially, I'll recap quickly what happened in Miami. There was a collapse in Surfside of a building that was an older building that wasn't being maintained. And so it collapsed. And so because of that, there are new laws in place to make sure that that doesn't happen again, that tragedy doesn't happen again. And so essentially what happens is two things. You're going to have association or HOA costs go up. And so we've seen this happen in the past year by minimum of 30% increase all of the condos, just because they need more reserves. Reserves are, the building reserves, in case anything happens, they have reserves of money that they can use to repair. For example, let's say that the roof is in bad condition, they'll be able to use that money to put in, to repair the roof or the structural damage. They need to repair that, things like that. And so what happened is most of these buildings used all of these reserves that they had left to make all the inspections, everything happened. So there's a lot of new special assessments that are happening on top of the HOA increase. And so that's what's been happening in the Miami market in the past year. That's been kind of slowing down the market a little bit because there's just so many new fees that weren't, happening before, and so it's kicking out a lot of people out of their homes because all of a sudden you have a $40,000 special assessments. Yes, it's like probably $250 extra a month, but you don't want to have an extra payment. All of a sudden you have to pay $40,000 out of pocket. So that's kind of what's been happening with the Miami market. And so it's delaying deals from closing. I have a deal that's supposed to close tomorrow, actually. And the association keeps delaying their meeting to decide the amount of the special assessment. And so I'm bringing the buyer into this deal. And so I put it correctly in the contract that the seller has to pay any and all special assessments before closing. And so there is a special assessment, but the association hasn't decided the amount because they're still debating, do we want to pay this? Do we want to pay that? Do we want to add this? Do we want to add that? So it's delaying deals and making it harder to close in Miami. But that's why you need a real estate expert like myself. Sorry, that sounded a little bit cringe, but it's true. I've learned all of these things in the past 3 years I've been here as a real estate agent. If you want an expert who can guide you through the market, feel free to give me a call. This is my call. You can text me or call me on WhatsApp and on text. So 786-667-0127. Thank you. Feel free to reach out. Send me your name. I would love to discuss this with you and kind of speak with you about all the intricacies of the Miami market. Anyway, this is Carl signing off. Thanks for tuning in. Hey guys, it's Carl again. I just wanted to add something regarding the association increase and the reserves. So if you are to get a loan on a condo unit, it's become harder because essentially, like I said earlier, all of the association's reserves were used to repair anything that was wrong with the building due to the new inspections that they're doing. So, for example, they needed to replace the roof, they used the reserves, and so, they might have done a special assessment. But let me just back down a little bit. Fannie and Mae guidelines indicate that a condo association or any association needs to have 10% of their funds in reserves at all times. Otherwise, they can't loan you the money. So, in a traditional mortgage. And so, realistically, what that means is, if the building doesn't have reserves, you can still get the property, but you would have to pay an additional 5% on top of the, let's say it's a conventional loan, you're doing 20% to avoid the PMI, private mortgage insurance, which is a higher fee that you pay if it's lower percentage. You would have to pay an extra 5% if the building doesn't have reserves. And then if you're an investor, you would have to pay another 5% due to the fact that it's not your primary residence. And so that's what's kind of slowing down the lower end market a little bit, because then you need to put 30% down payments in order to get a house here. That's slowing down the market a lot. But the good news is it's lowering the prices and people are getting desperate to sell with all these special assessments coming down. So for lower price points, like anything under 500,000, we're seeing that a lot in condo buildings that are, owners that are struggling to, find the capacity to pay these special assessments. So there is opportunity there, and my buyers have been finding good opportunities at every turn with these buildings, because sellers cannot afford their new monthly payment with these new special assessments, so they want to sell, they need to sell. So anyway, just wanted to add that to my earlier talk, and stay tuned for more. This is Carl signing off. My phone number, if you want to reach out and contact me, discuss things. Again, if you're a realtor like me and you want to discuss things in the market, even from out of town, feel free. This is my number, 786-667-0127.